Hey guys, Wet Movie 1 back here again for another Blu-ray DVD update video for you guys today. It's been about 2 weeks or so since my last one. My mom's gonna pop by a little bit later on with her guest reviews this week. Also, stay tuned to the very end of this update. I have a very special unboxing for you guys. I got something very cool in the mail the other day from Amazon. Stay tuned for that. At the end of this video, it's gonna be amazing. But guys, before I show you the first title here, please give this video a thumbs up if you guys like my videos. First up from Warner Brothers is the Lego Movie here, the Everything is Awesome edition that has a Blu-ray, a DVD, and a bonus 3D version of the film on here, plus a cool little collector's toy. If you guys haven't seen the Lego Movie before, it's pretty much about this guy named Emmett. He's a construction worker. He does everything by the books. He has this normal life. He just does everything, you know, by the rules. And one night, as he's leaving work, he sees this mysterious person, you know, roaming around the work area, and he knows he has to report this person. And then all of a sudden he falls down this hole and finds this really rare piece of red plastic, and it gets stuck to his back. And then all these people are after him for that piece that's stuck to his back, and he has to fulfill this prophecy that, you know, they have to find out what the prophecy is in this film. And he goes on this wild adventure. And I just found this movie to be a whole hell of a lot of fun. Like, I remember playing with Legos as a kid, even as like a teenager too. And I always kind of liked playing with them. It was always a hell of a lot of fun. But I'm like, how could they turn that into a movie? You know, like toy Legos into a movie. And they did it fantastically. And on this Blu-ray here, you get a behind-the-scenes making of the film. You know, them showing you the process of how they did it on the computers and things like that. Also, they have a thing in here where they go to the Lego factory and show you how Legos are made. But they, you know, in the special feature, they go there to the Lego factory and show you how these robots are roaming around the place and how their little Lego pieces are made and put together. I thought that was a lot of fun on here. You also get, as a special feature, some short films that Lego fans made of their own Lego sets, and them making little like 30-second to a minute long, you know, short films. I think that was kind of cool to include that in this Blu-ray release here. I just really like how this case here, how Emmett pops out a little bit. It's just a piece of cardboard in there with his head popping out and things like that. I think that's a kind of a cool thing, but it looks amazing on Blu-ray like you would all think it would be. It just really pops out with the colors and everything. I can't wait to watch it, you know, for the third time with my mom, my sister, because I think they're going to get a kick out of it. But definitely pick up the Lego Movie, guys. It's a whole lot of fun. But next up over here from Millennium is Rob the Mob here on Blu-ray, starring, what's it called, Burt Young and Andy Garcia and Ray Romano. And it's pretty much about this young couple. They're like this Bonnie and Clyde kind of people that are going around robbing liquor stores, robbing flower shops, just to get by. Until one day, the boyfriend of this couple decides to go, what happens if I go into this place where these mob guys are and stick them up and take their money, because they can't call the police if I rob them because they're bad guys and they do all this bad stuff. So this couple up here decides to go around where all these mobsters hang out, like at the little, you know, bars and places like that, and go around and rob them. And it's their little adventure they have along the way, and what the mobsters are going to try to do to get them, and without the cops knowing, because they're always bugged at their houses and things. I thought this movie was a lot of fun, very not inventive, but it's based on true events. And at the end of this film, you see like a picture of the real people that were doing this back in 1992 during the John Gotti trial. And I just thought this movie was very fun. It looks nice on Blu-ray, but I didn't really know much about this one when I got it. And I watched it and I was pleasantly surprised. You get Burt Young in there, who you guys all know from the Rocky movies. And he's only in there for like a short period of time, but I've always really liked that actor. And a little bit he did have in this movie really blew me away. But definitely check out Rob the Mob here. Absolutely a fun movie to check out. And next up over here from Comedy Central is one of my favorite shows that's on Comedy Central right now, and that is Workaholics Season 4 here on Blu-ray. I have all the other ones on Blu-ray. I just had to get my hands on one. It's just my all-time favorite, next to like South Park and, you know, Tosh.0 and things like that. This show is just pretty much a comedy show about these three friends or roommates or whatever that work at this desk job, and their crazy adventures they go on, like getting high at work and, you know, getting their boss to get, trying to get their boss laid because she's just having a hard time at work and just broke up with her boyfriend kind of situation. And then there's one time in one of these episodes, they want to go to a club with one of their co-workers, but the co-worker's having like a baby soon, and they have to go to this baby shower and all the craziness that happens at this baby shower. But all these episodes, guys, on this Blu-ray disc here is all uncut episodes and uncensored, because there's some nudity in one or two of these episodes, and you of course you wouldn't be able to see that on Comedy Central, like some 80-year-old lady, topless at a party. It was just like, wow, that was, I was like, whoa, I wasn't expecting to see something like that. But if you guys see Workaholics out there, season 4, or even season 1, if you guys haven't checked the show out, definitely get it. Absolutely, like, really kind of stupid comedy, but that's what I like. I like it. I like comedies that are just so stupid. It's so funny. You know what I mean? It's one of those kind of things. But that's Workaholics season 4 here on Blu-ray. Definitely check it out. One of my top 2 favorite shows on Comedy Central right now is Nonstop here, starring Liam Neeson. And this movie is pretty much about Liam Neeson's character. He's a U.S., air marshal. He's just going on a routine mission, but yet he's kind of a drunk. He's kind of a screw-up. He's just kind of like having a hard time with his life. And he's going on this, mission of, being an air marshal until this one night he's getting text as he's on this plane, messages saying, if I don't get $150 million transferred to my account, I'm going to kill a passenger every 20 minutes, and he has no idea who this terrorist is, and it's pretty much Liam Neeson's character trying to find out who the hell's doing this. Is it his partner? Is it this one woman that's across the way? It could be anybody on this plane. It's pretty much him trying to find out who the hell it is. I found this movie to be a real fun action thriller. The picture quality on this Blu-ray here is absolutely amazing. Of course it will be, because it's a new release title. Nothing too amazing, special features wise, but get it to check out the movie, because it is kind of fun, a fun little thriller. And next up over here from Cult Epics is a movie I just wanted to see and talk about just because of the name of it. You know what I mean? Because I've never heard about it before. I didn't even know what it was, but just the name of the movie made me want to go out there and pick it up. And that is Deathbed, The Bed That Eats. You would probably want to see it too, just because of that name. This movie is pretty much about these young, girls or whatever, on a vacation, and they're trying to find a place to stay for the night because they're in the middle of nowhere. They see this big mansion that's made of stone, but it only has one room in it, and it has this one big bed in there, and this bed has a story. This bed is possessed by a demonic force, and when anybody lays on it, it gets eaten. The bed just eats people and different things that are on this bed, and this bed is just kind of out of its mind, and it's picking people off one by one. That's pretty much the basic story synopsis on this film. But yet there's a painting in the room where the bed is, where there's this other guy that's behind this painting. We don't know if he's a spirit, if he's the one controlling the bed, but he's kind of behind this painting watching everything happen, watching the bed kill things. This movie is bad, okay? It's bad, but in one of those good ways, It's one of those ones you want to watch with your friends, because when the bed eats people, it kind of dissolves them. Like, you see like all these bubbles rise up from the bed, and then like it sort of slowly sucks them down. It's really kind of interesting how the bed kills the people. But like after like halfway through the movie, after it's killed like like 5 or 6 people, you kind of get tired of it. Because nothing's fresh. It doesn't keep it fresh. But this movie is also a lost 70s movie that I don't think has ever really got a big wide release. And it looks pretty decent on Blu-ray. And you get a lot of special features on here that I would have never expected to see on a Blu-ray of a movie like this. You get of course, a new HD transfer. You get an introduction by the director talking about the film, and you also get like a making of the film on here, with the director going back, visiting the old spots where he shot the movie and things like that, talking about his experiences. I recommend checking this out if you guys are into like weird, awkward, kind of horror movies. It's bad, but in those weird ways that you would want to watch it with like a group of friends, And next up over here from MPI, and that is Death Spa here on Blu-ray, and this don't get this confused with Deathbed. Death Spa is the much better movie. It stars Ken Faree, who you guys all know from Dawn of the Dead, and this movie is pretty much about this health spa, and it's run by these computers. It's one big computer program that helps like the people working out, you know, to get the maximum workout done. But yet this computer system might be possessed by the owner's dead wife and killing people off one by one in this death spa or this health spa that they're in. Like there's this one guy that's just working out and his ribs start cracking, and then there's these people, you know, like different people keep dying in weird mysterious ways, and of course the people that run the place are trying to figure out what's really going on here. Is it the computer system? Is there a killer out on the loose kind of thing? I just absolutely love this movie. I have never seen it before in my life until I got this Blu-ray, and this movie just screams 80s. Of course it was made in the 80s, but just like the color palette of the film, the clothes, the hair, the neon lights that are all throughout the film, that just, you know, really screams 80s to me, and that music is just absolutely amazing in this movie. Also, the cinematography of this film is really, really amazing in this thing, because there's like a lot of like one-take shots, you know, like on a Steadicam when they're like following different things. I really dug that. And on this Blu-ray here, you get a new 2K high-definition transfer of the film from the uncut version. You also get like an hour or so making of the film with the cast and the producers and things talking about the film, which was absolutely amazing, because I would never expect to get an hour-long documentary on an 80s horror flick, you know. But that's Death Spa here on Blu-ray. Definitely check it out. I highly, highly, highly recommend this one, guys. Alright guys, next up is Raise here on DVD, starring Zoe Bell and Tracy Thomas. This film is pretty much about these 40 women that get abducted from their lives and forced to fight one another to the death using their bare hands and one-on-one matches. But, you know, in this movie, if you lose the fight that you're in, you're gonna die. But also your loved ones are going to get killed by the people that have you held captive. So it's pretty much all these women trying to fight for their lives and their loved ones. I really did like this film. It's kind of like a horror / action film. It's shot kind of low budget, but it looks very good on DVD, especially with the cinematography that they had here. You get appearances in here by Rosario Dawson as one of the women, you know, trying to fight for her lives in here, which I was kind of like, oh, there's like at least 2 Rent cast members in this movie. If you guys ever seen the movie Rent, that movie is amazing. But if you guys love, martial arts and action flicks, definitely give this one a chance, guys. And it stars all women, pretty much, just kicking butt, and I kind of like that. It's kind of cool for like a little change, because I watch a lot of martial art movies and action flicks. It's always like Jean-Claude Van Damme and, like Jackie Chan and all those guys, like kicking everybody's butts. But now in this one, you get all these women showing that they can kick butt too, and I kind of like, that kind of change up in films. But if you guys see this out there, definitely check it out. It's down dirty and really gritty when it comes to the fighting, because all they can really do is use their bare hands, and they're in this weird little Colosseum area, like surrounded by bricks, and they can't get out. And if they try to run away from where they're at, they have these guys with guns that they're gonna shoot them down dead. So they're just trying to do whatever they can to keep themselves alive and their loved ones alive. This movie was absolutely cool in my opinion. You get a commentary track on here, interviews with the cast and crew, a making of featurette on this DVD here. Definitely check it out, especially if you guys are into cool, fighting movies. It was actually really damn cool. That's Raise here on DVD.
Hi guys, I'm here with my review of the TV series that I love to talk about. I have 3 of them for you today. They're all from Mill Creek. It's called I Dream of Jeannie, and it stars Barbara Eden and Larry Hagman, who some of you may know from Dallas, the TV show. This was great. This, I guess, aired from 1965 to 1970. And this is a great show, I Dream of Jeannie. It's about, obviously, a genie that Larry Hagman finds, who happens to be an astronaut and gets sent up on a mission that fails and is lost on an isolated island for a while, and he comes across a very strange bottle. you know, that kind of thing kind of starts to rub it. And of course, what happens when you find a strange bottle and you rub it? A genie comes out. And it's just basically about their adventures. She can turn something from, you know, a regular house into a nice Indian palace, you know, that kind of thing. And what it was, the executives were worried about this. They wanted, what they didn't want was to compete with the TV show Bewitched. And so they were really not looking for a blonde actress at all, because they didn't, you know, it would be too similar to Elizabeth Montgomery on Bewitched. But they finally came across Barbara Eden. They couldn't resist her, and she got the role. This is a great show. It has great actors in it, great guest stars, people like Sammy Davis Jr., Paul Lynde. But I'd pick this up if I were you. It's a great show, great situation comedy, really cute. The next one I have, oh, and I love this, and I didn't really know that it came after, and I'll tell you what after means in a second. But you know me and my TV cop shows. Well, this is just another one. It's called T.J. Hooker, and it stars William Shatner, of course, of Star Trek fame. And I just looked it up on the internet. I had no idea. I thought this came way before Star Trek. Oops, I'm wrong. This came after Star Trek. So this was aired, I believe, from 1982 to 1985. And same thing, a great, you know, kind of hard-hitting cop show. He plays, you know, a street cop who used to be a detective, but wanted to get back down to the nitty-gritty street level because his partner for so many years was murdered. So I'm enjoying this, so I'd pick it up if I were you. And then the last one I have, I come across these things, or Brennan gets them for me, and I'm thinking, I've never heard of this TV show. And I mean, here I am, I'm here. I don't know why I never came across it. This one is basically my favorite of all three of them. This is called Action, and it stars Jay Moore, Ileana Douglas, and then, of all people, Buddy Hackett. Oh my God, talk about a character actor. He's been around forever. He even says in the show that he's 75, and I'm thinking, you know what, he's probably right. This show aired in 1999, I guess it was very briefly, and from 1999 to early in 2000, I guess. It's about Jay Moore, who portrays, you know, what do you call it, a Hollywood producer. And he's just come off a show, or a movie actually, that failed called Slow Torture. It was just it just was a dud, just terrible. Lost, you know, well, millions and trillions of dollars. And he's trying to rebuild his career on this next movie that he's investing in, and it's, you know, basically sort of a name-dropping show. Famous actors stop by, Sandra Bullock, Keanu Reeves, those kind of people. So I really like this one. If you've never heard of it, pick it up. Anyway, thanks for stopping by.
And next up over here are two Blu-ray sets from a filmmaker that I really love and admire. He's one of my all-time favorite filmmakers, next to like Kevin Smith and, you know, Steven Spielberg and things. And these are the Spike Lee collections, volume 1 and 2, here on Blu-ray. But on these sets here, you get is it called Summer of Sam, Miracle at St. Anna. And on volume 1 here, you get the 25th Hour and He Got Game, which is one of my favorite Spike Lee movies, next to Do the Right Thing, which is my all-time favorite Spike Lee movie, next to Get on the Bus and things like that. But if you guys have never seen a Spike Lee film before, definitely check out these new sets that just came out, because the 25th Hour, I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about what the movie's about. The 25th Hour is about this one guy played by Edward Norton. He's a drug dealer that got caught. He's about to go to jail. He's out. I think he's out on bail or something like that, and he has like 24 hours before he's going to be going into jail for a long, long time. And the movie pretty much chronicles his last 24 hours, you know, hanging out with his friends, his family, just trying to get his life in order and trying to figure out what the hell he's going to do. I really like that film. All these movies look very good on Blu-ray, but He Got Game is one of my favorite movies of Spike Lee. It's pretty much about this young basketball prodigy. He's like the greatest basketball player in his high school, and all these different, you know, colleges are trying to recruit him to come to their high school, their colleges, you know, to play for their team, and he doesn't really know what he wants to do yet. He doesn't really know what school to pick and things like that. But yet his father has been in jail for years for killing his mother, and he's, you know, pretty much being let out of prison just for a short time to try to get his son to sign with a certain college that the warden of the prison that he's at wants him to do, so he can maybe get released early from prison. And that's his mission, is to try to get his son to do that. But yet his son doesn't like him because, you know, of the whole killing his mother thing. And that's pretty much what that movie's about. Summer of Sam is about the Summer of Sam killer from 1977 in New York, about a guy that was going around killing people in the New York area, and it was freaking out everyone in that town. And it's pretty much a movie based on the story that really happened back in the 70s. I always liked that movie because my dad always told me about it, because he lived in Brooklyn when the Summer of Sam killer was out doing his thing, and he was kind of scared back in the day when he was living there and all that kind of stuff. And Miracle at St. Anna is Spike Lee's, you know, World War II movie that he made, which is, to me, it's good, but it's not the best World War II movie I've ever seen. But if you guys see these packs out there, definitely give them a chance. The transfers on the movies are very amazing. You won't be disappointed in them. And also, each movie has a brand new commentary track with Spike Lee, you know, or like a producer or you know, a star of the movie talking over the film. If you guys have never you know, seen those commentaries on those movies before, there's brand new ones. It's awesome. And next up over here is The Secret Lives of Dorks here on DVD. I just had to pick it up because I always like those, you know, high school teen movies and things like that. It's pretty much about this guy named Peyton. He's a dork. He's kind of a dweeb. And of course he's in love with the hottest cheerleader in school, but yet she doesn't want to have anything to do with him. But yet Peyton has an admirer of his own that's even nerdier than he is, and she wants to go out with him. But yet he's just pining and pining over this, you know, beautiful cheerleader. And this cheerleader's, well, shit. How am I going to get Peyton off of me? Because he's been obsessed with me since the beginning of high school. How am I going to get him to, you know, get away from me? I'm tired of him coming up to me trying to talk, but he can't talk because he's too scared to talk to girls and things like that. So she decides to help Peyton, you know, get the other girl that's really in love with him and try to get them together and things, and that's what the movie's pretty much about. I thought it was okay. It stars like Jennifer Tilly and Jim Belushi and things like that. It has some really good comedy elements to it, but it also has that same kind of vibe, the movie of like, you know, like, what's it called? She's All That and things like that, like turning like the ugly girl into the pretty girl kind of thing. I liked it for what it was. I would give it like a 6 out of 10. I enjoyed it, but if you see it out there for like $10 or less, I would give it a chance. But that's The Secret Life of Dorks here on DVD. Alright guys, next up from 20th Century Fox is The Birdcage here on Blu-ray for the very first time. This film stars Robin Williams, Nathan Lane, and Gene Hackman. And in this film, Nathan Lane and Robin Williams own this gay club that puts on these drag shows. And until one day, Robin Williams' son comes to visit him after all these years and tell him, "Hey Pop, I'm getting married." And he goes, "Oh my God, son, that's like kind of crazy because you're too young to be getting married." But come to find out, the son's fiance's parents are coming to visit Robin Williams, and he's just kind of like, "What's going on?" You're like, I don't want to meet these people because, you know, the fiance's parents are real political, really kind of like uptight kind of people, and they're running for Senate and things like that. And it's pretty much you know, Robin Williams and Nathan Lane that are really kind of effeminate kind of guys trying to act normal and straight, you know, when the parents come over, and the hilarity ensues from there. I always really kind of like this movie. It's always a lot of fun. Nathan Lane and Robin Williams really shine in this movie. If you guys have never seen it before, definitely check it out. The Blu-ray looks pretty good. I would give it an 8 out of 10. The transfer could have been a tiny bit better. And the other sad thing is about this Blu-ray disc, guys, there's really no special features on it. All you really get is a theatrical trailer. I would have thought there would have been some sort of special features on it, but now that I remember, there really wasn't a whole lot of special features on the DVD version. I think that was only a trailer also. But that's The Birdcage here on Blu-ray, guys. Definitely check it out if you guys have never seen it before. I like it a lot. Alright guys, next up from Lionsgate is Joe here on Blu-ray, starring Nicolas Cage and Ty Sheraton. And in this film, Nicolas Cage plays this foreman to these group of guys that are kind of going into the forests and like killing these trees so they can be knocked down, you know, so people can build their land or property on top of the land and things like that. Until this one day, this young drifter kid comes walking by where Nicolas Cage is working and asks him for a job. But come to find out that this kid is being abused at home and has a really bad family life, and his dad's a drunk and things like that. And Nicolas Cage kind of, you know, befriends this boy, and there's like this weird, you know, father-son kind of relationship that these guys go through because this kid doesn't really have a father at home that really gives a shit about him. And it's just a real strong kind of character piece kind of driven film. There's not really a whole big storyline to this thing, but I really like the simplicity of this movie. And a lot of the actors in this movie, when I was watching it, it really felt like I was watching real people instead of actors in this movie. You know, like the people that Nicolas Cage is like, you know, the boss of in this movie. I was kind of like, these guys seem like they're just regular dudes. And then I watched the special features, and yep, the director just plucked people off the street and put them in this movie. And I thought that was kind of really cool because it didn't ruin the film at all. And I really dug the performance in here by Nicolas Cage. It's probably one of his best movies / performances that he's done in a long time, because he's done movies like The Wicker Man and that last Ghost Rider movie that I really didn't care for, but he's really coming back strong. He's really showing that he's a real strong actor now, you know, still a real strong actor. And just guys, definitely check out this movie. It's really really kind of down and dirty and gritty, like the place they shot at. You get a behind the scenes special featurette on there, which was really good. But that's Joe here on Blu-ray, guys. Definitely check it out. And next up over here is Alpha Alert here on DVD. I couldn't stand this movie. It's pretty much about these 3 war veterans that get trapped in this elevator, and they all kind of suffering, you know, from post-war syndrome or whatever you guys want to call it, where every once in a while they have these images flash in their mind of what happened to them during war. And these guys, there's like this woman and these 2 other guys stuck in this elevator, and they're in there and they're trying to go, when are you gonna get us out of here? And people are like, we're gonna get you out soon. But as they, you know, come to find out, there's this big war happening outside and around them, like this big, you know, bombs have been dropping and bad things are happening outside of what this elevator is. And they want to get out to help their friends and family that are on the outside, but they can't because they're stuck in this elevator, and it's pretty much them trying to do anything they can to try to get the hell up out of that elevator, you know? The thing is, the movie was shot really kind of cheaply. Like, it had a decent idea for a movie, but it just wasn't flushed out good enough to make it a recommendation for me. You know, like, it just felt really kind of cheap to me in many respects. Like, the acting was fine, but you know, if you watch it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Like, it just felt like there wasn't a whole hell of a lot of money behind this. But if it sounds interesting to you, give it a shot. But I just can't really recommend this one at all. There's a movie called Brawl. Oh my god, I don't even know what to say about this movie. It's so generic. It's pretty much about this one guy. He wants to start a new life. He moves to like, what's it called, Bangkok or something? Or, yeah, Bangkok or some overseas place, just to start a new life. And as soon as he gets there, he gets beaten up and robbed for all his money. He doesn't have any money. He doesn't know what he's gonna do. He meets this one guy on the street. He becomes friends with him. That guy tells him about how you can make money by fighting in this underground ring, so he can have money to live his life. And that's pretty much the generic story of this movie. Okay, but I don't really expect movies like this to have amazing storylines to begin with, but even the fight scenes weren't that great. The people that made this movie love slow motion. Like, every time someone would do like a hit, it'd be like, or like a kick flip. Everyone is like, it's like a slow motion, like every couple seconds during a fight. And I really couldn't get into it, you know? I was really trying to, because I love kung fu martial art kind of movies. It was just like everything about it. Like, the story was really generic. The acting was just okay, but but then when they mess with the fight scenes and have to do it slow motion and like sometimes fast cuts, I'm like, this is like, get something right in this movie. I really couldn't get into it. I really wanted to, but on this DVD here, you get a behind the scenes making of and a trailer gallery. Man, I was just really kind of disappointed in that one. Alright guys, next up is The Machine here on Blu-ray starring Toby Stephens. In this film, Toby Stephens plays this scientist that's helping fight the war against China during the Second Cold War. And he's a scientist that's, taking dead, half-dead soldiers that been like, have had half their heads blown off or arms blown off, and re-putting brains, computer kind of brains in their heads, and reattaching computer kind of arms to them so maybe they can still be useful during this Cold War that's going on. Until this one day he falls in love with this one girl that's visiting him at his job, and she gets killed. She gets killed, and he kind of takes her likeness and puts her into like a computer body. But yet when he does this, she becomes not just a machine. She's kind of half machine, half human. And this movie was just all around kind of cool. On the back here it says it's the closest to Blade Runner that any film has came since 1980s. I don't think it's as cool as Blade Runner, but this movie does have some really cool elements to it, like the special effects. But it was kind of struggling with the budget a little bit. If they had more money, I think this movie would have been absolutely out of this world. It just felt like the budget wasn't right yet. You know what I mean? But it was a lot of fun. It takes place basically inside, for the most part of the film, when the scientist is working on things like that. There's no real big action sequences or anything. There's a handful of little things that happen inside the bunker that he's, working in. But if you see it out there, guys, definitely give this a chance. It wasn't very bad. Some people might think so, because I think it came out the same time as Transcendence came out. I think this one was a lot of fun. And on this Blu-ray here, you get like a making of on here, an in-depth behind the scenes and a trailer. Give this one a chance. Look up the trailer here on YouTube and see if you like it, because I liked it very much. And this next one up over here is Camp Blood First Slaughter, aka Camp Blood 3. And if you guys don't know, Camp Blood 1 and 2 have been released on Blu-ray a year or two ago. I've been a fan of the Camp Blood movies, but the cool thing is about these guys, they're all produced by my friend David Sterling, and it's just a basic thing about a clown going around killing people. But in this one, there's already a legend that happened at Camp Blackwood years ago from the first film, and there's these kids that are taking a college course, and they're learning about what happened at this camp years ago. Is it real? Is it fake? Is this like kind of like Ripley's Believe It or Not? Is this really real, or did it really, did it happen or not happen at this camp? Until this, the teacher of the school says, "Hey, let's go down to this camp and see what happens." And of course they go there, they get picked off one by one, in the cool slasher, way. But if you guys see this out there, definitely support David Sterling. It's just cool with a guy dressed in the clown mask going around, getting people. But that's Camp Blood First Slaughter, aka Camp Blood 3 here on DVD. Alright guys, we've come to the unbubbling part of this DVD Blu-ray update video today. I'm with my mom now to end this video today. You want to see what came from Amazon?
Yes, I do.
Alright, let's crack into this and see what I ordered. I know what I ordered, but she doesn't know, so let's see here. I kind of like pre-cut this box a little bit, and oh wait, come on, bubble. Oh yeah, bubble. Alright, I see the first one in here, and the first one is here from one of my old cartoon shows I always loved watching as a kid, and that is Doug Season 1 here on DVD.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I don't know, I always kind of liked this one. I had to pick it up. It was on sale for like 11 bucks on Amazon. Just wanted to check it out. It's one of those burn-on-demand ones that Amazon has.
Kept him and his sister busy.
Yeah, and this is another one that kept me and my sister busy when we were younger, and that is Rugrats Season 1 here on DVD.
Those are, yeah. I remember those. I like.
Yeah, the Pickles family and all those Angelica and all those things, and it was called Reptar. Oh yeah. The dinosaur thing. I can't remember all that much about it because I haven't seen them in years, but I got Season 1 here on DVD. I don't know what the hell, right?
I like that.
Yeah. And this other one right here is the ultimate for me from when I was a kid growing up and watching Nickelodeon. I used to love watching like Double Dare and all those, you know, Nickelodeon game shows and things, and I just loved anything like all that and all that, you know, all those kind of shows. And I saw this was recently released on Amazon. I'm like, oh my god, I gotta pick it up, and it was only $15 when I got it, and that is the best of Kenan and Kel season 1 and 2 on DVD.
Oh my god! Oh my god, that came out?
Hell yeah!
Oh, cool!
Yeah. I
love that.
I've always loved this show. It has like, what, 27 or 24 episodes on.
I'm a dude. You're a dude.
We're all dudes. Hey! Yeah, but you get like, you know, 3 DVDs on here with 24 episodes of the best of season 1 and 2. I don't know why they don't have like different separate seasons coming out by themselves, but I just wanted to get this one to support it on Amazon. If you see it out there, make sure you guys pick it up. But guys, that's all I have today for my Blu-ray DVD update video today, and unbubbling here from Amazon. But guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up.
Who loves orange soda? Mama loves orange soda.
Oh, I do. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.